Students, chapter number 10, page number 118, para number 1st, line number 3, the open window chapter. He turned around. Mr. Frampton turned around quickly and looked out the window. Open window, he also started looking through that window. There, in the strange light of twilight, in the light of stars, dim light of stars, he could see three figures walking across the lawn. He saw that three figures were walking through that lawn. They all held guns, and one of them was carrying a white raincoat. They all were having guns with them, and one was having white raincoat with him. Beside them walked a brown spaniel, and one brown color spaniel dog was also walking with them. They were walking silently. Silently, they were walking. They were not talking. Then, as they approached the house, as soon as they reached near the house, a young man's voice sang out. One young man started singing. I said, Bertie, why do you bound? Frampton grabbed his stick on listening this song sound. Frampton quickly, he hold his stick and hat and dashed out the door and started running out of the door through the main door, the driveway, and the front gate. He ran and ran. Quickly, he started running from this or that gate and went out of the house. He hardly looked to see where he was going. He was not able to see where he was running, but only he was running. In fact, really, he nearly ran in right into a cyclist. He was running straightway to the cyclist who was coming down the road, who was coming from opposite side on the road. The poor man had to swerve into a hedge to avoid knocking into Frampton. That poor man, he went into the hedge, fell into the hedge. Hedge means small bushes, so that Frampton should not knock down with the cycle. In the meantime, during that time, the man carrying the white raincoat said, Here we are, dear, only a bit muddy. Then the man who was having white raincoat with him, he said that they have reached there and they are not this much muddy. Who was that person who ran away just now? Just now, person ran away. Who was that person? A truly strange man, replied Mrs. Stapleton. She said that he was really very strange person, a Mr. Nuttall. His name was Mr. Nuttall, who could talk about nothing but his illness. He was talking only about his illness. He was not talking about anything. Then he ran off without a word, no apology or goodbye. Then, without saying a word of apology or any goodbye, he ran away. Why? It was almost as if he had seen a ghost. It happened as if he had seen a ghost here. That's why he had ran away. Vera, as calm as ever, spoke. Vera, that girl, she was calm, as previously she used to be, after doing some mischievous work. No, but now she spoke. I think it was the spaniel. She said that I think it was due to spaniel he had ran away. He is terribly afraid of dogs because he was very badly fearing of dogs. Poor Mr. Nuttall told me that he was once chased into a graveyard. That once the dogs had chased him and he has reached in the graveyard somewhere on the banks of the Ganges. It happened on the bank of the Ganga by a pack of stray dogs. Some stray dogs had followed him. He finally managed to hide in a freshly dug grave. In the end, he saved himself by jumping into a grave which was freshly dug. However, the rabid creatures waited above. These animals, dogs, who were suffering from rabies, they were standing above him and snarling and growling at night. Throughout night they were barking on him. That seems more than enough to make anyone lose their minds. Yes, this was enough to see only the dog, because this was enough. A person can lose his minds. Young Vera, this smarty Vera, you see, students, you can see, had quite the talent. She is so smart, she is so intelligent. She is having talent for making up frightening stories on the spot. Quickly, how she is making these terrible, ferocious, very dangerous stories on the spot. Thank you, students.